Elon Musk founded SpaceX with a lot of determination and aspirations back in 2002. When it was just starting out, many questions were raised regarding its capability to make things work and live up to its own ambitions. However, SpaceX shocked onlookers with their first successful launch of Falcon 1 rocket in September of 2008. Since then, Elon Musk has started various new projects, such as Starlink, which intends to bring the internet to space by planting 42,000 satellites in orbit around the planet, as well as its equally impressive space travelling project, Starship, which seeks to become a commercially viable alternative to air travel. SpaceX has been relatively unchallenged in its pursuits with space travel until recently, as another corporate giant has entered the game with similar ambitions. The current state of affairs has been aptly named the billionaire space race, with Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin emerging out of its self-imposed silence in 2015 with a fitting motto, Gradatum Ferociter, Latin for step-by-step ferociously. Hello and welcome to today's video, where we'll look at the space tourism front and examine the latest news regarding Blue Origin and SpaceX, two companies that intend on taking humanity to space. Jeff Bezos has amassed a massive amount of fortune since the e-commerce giant Amazon took the online world by storm in 2013. He was the richest man on the planet until recently, when his rival in the world of SpaceTech overtook him, Elon Musk. Bezos had founded the Blue Origin back in 2001, but the company became public with its plans quite recently in 2016, when Bezos announced its vision to take human life up into space. Instead of colonising Mars, as SpaceX wishes to accomplish, Blue Origin will instead focus their space endeavours scouting for mining resources on other celestial bodies to bring back to Earth. Not to be left behind in the race of space colonisation, Blue Origin has also stated their vision of populating millions of human beings on gigantic space stations built primarily to sustain human life. Although Blue Origin has a fascinating vision for the future of space travel, its strategy is seen by many as somewhat slow. SpaceX, on the other hand, has made massive leaps forward in the space race with Starship. The prototype is being worked on intensely, and with the success that SpaceX has had with Falcon 1 and its ability to attempt a safe landing, we can say that SpaceX is coming along quite efficiently. Although Starship has yet to nail the landing manoeuvre, it can perform well during its flight, as evidenced by the latest attempt. As for their plans to populate the Red Planet with cities of habitable dome pods, it's highly dependent on the project Starship, as it has to carry SpaceX's first Martians. While SpaceX has many feats of accomplishments that attest to the progress they've made, Blue Origin is yet to show anything as remarkable. SpaceX seems to be leaps and bounds ahead of Blue Origin, but does that factor alone warrant the lesser credit people often give to Blue Origin? Blue Origin has been very private with the progress they've made so far. They've announced that they're working on New Armstrong, which they've said will send tourists to outer space. The details about the design of the rocket are sparsely available. However, they've been documenting and publicising their success with New Shepard, whose booster and capsule are both capable of making it back safely. Their projects have indeed been coming along, but much more cautiously, taking the perfectionist route with their rocket designs. Their rate of progress is indeed living up to their motto so far. While SpaceX seems to be wasting no time trying to be over with their project, Blue Origin seems to be in no rush. But why do these companies have such radically different approaches? Why is SpaceX so aggressive in designing and testing out new components? And why is Blue Origin taking its time building from the ground up so methodically? It all boils down to the organisational cultures and histories of the respective companies. Blue Origin didn't pick up steam until 2015, as evidenced by the fact that from its creation until 2014, Bezos had spent only $500 million compared to today, when $1 billion worth of Amazon stock annually is going into funding Blue Origin projects. SpaceX, however, entered the market with a splash. They made calculated but risky stunts and took an all-in route. They've never been hesitant to fail, and this is primarily due to the fact that the company has always been teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. It wasn't until the successful launch of Falcon 1 in 2008, prior to which there were 3 failed attempts, that NASA came to their rescue and offered a $1.5 billion contract. In addition to the financial aspect that leads to this corporate culture in SpaceX, Musk himself seems to favour this fast-moving attitude. Back in 2005, Musk remarked, quote, "A failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating," end quote. Lastly, they've selected a strategy that is best suited to their fundamental pursuits. SpaceX's prime directive is to colonize Mars, and they fund operations by running resupply missions as a commercial service. As such, SpaceX is like a business, with an incentive to minimise the cost-to-performance ratio. The ruthlessly fast-track route allows SpaceX to learn from its mistakes. The broad focus of Blue Origin, on the other hand, lies in the industry of space tourism, not to mention the fact that Blue Origin relies primarily on Amazon to back their research. People often miss the fact that they're not competing with each other when the topic of billionaire space race is brought up. Let us know in the comments who you think is advancing most rapidly in the race for space. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech-filled videos.